Hey everybody, this is Gypsy Spirit here with enlightenment, encouragement, and empowerment, and have some things to talk to you about. Want to talk to you about accountability. Oh, hell, fuck yes. Accountability. So, like this week, I have had 3 people that have called me or texted me. I didn't go after them. They came after me and made appointments with me. And, I send them a text, I give them the address and everything. And then I will send them a little text to confirm, like that morning or sometimes the day before. And they don't respond at all. And I think, well, maybe they didn't get my text, because that happens. And then it's like, they don't show up. I'm like, what the fuck? Why did these people, try, point me out? They called me and made appointments with me, and then they do a no-show. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care if you're just friends meeting for lunch or if it's a professional situation. But, there's a lot of professions that if you pull a no-show, they're going to charge you. You're not even able to make another appointment with them until you pay for the no-show that you pulled. So I think that anytime somebody pulls a no-show, that is the highest level of disrespect, period, that you can give to anybody. But it's not about me. I don't take it like, yeah, it pisses me off because, this is how I make my living. I have bills to pay, and I have to, schedule people, and then in between people, I'm working, on my business, doing ads and writing and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't necessarily bring me money, but it promotes me. So that stuff doesn't really pay me right away. But I do count on people when they tell me that, when they set an appointment with me, they fucking show up, and I very, very seldom, I haven't had this problem probably in a couple of years, and then all of a sudden this week it happened 3 times. Yes, I know we're in retrograde, and I don't think we're still in full moon, but anyway, I think it's like one of the highest levels of disrespect that somebody can show to another person. But it goes beyond, because like I said, one of the things that I talk about, with enlightenment, encouragement, and empowerment is for you to be able to stand in your own power, you have to be accountable. You got to own your shit. And, if you have a business and you are not accountable, like if you do no-shows, for instance, if I wasn't here when these people, let's say that it was the other way around, and these people come and I'm not here, what the fuck does that say about not just my business, but about me as a person, as a human being, and the way I treat other people? But this is what's happening. These people that are doing these no-shows, they're actually projecting they're projecting of who they are to me. They're letting me see who they are. They're telling me by their actions that they don't have any self-love. There is no self-respect or integrity, because if they did have those qualities about them, they would never pull a no-show with not just me, but with anybody. It's not about the other person. It's about them and what's going on with them. Now, I'm all for helping people and giving people the benefit of the doubt. I mean, my dad always told me that you should give everybody the benefit of the doubt until they prove you wrong. In my line of work, and with anything, I mean, just like I have friends that are hairdressers, and if they have a no-show, then, that sets them back, and they got to figure out what they're going to do with that time. And they've lost money. So it actually costs money. I mean, I remember many years ago when my vibration was very, very low, and I had a doctor's appointment, and I pulled a no-show. Well, guess what? I wasn't allowed to see that doctor again until I paid for that last appointment. They wouldn't even allow me to go see the doctor. So there's a lot of businesses that actually do that, and I don't want to do that to people. And I have thought about in the past making people put up a deposit before they come see me, and I don't want to do that either. That's just not my style. I put a lot of work into what I do, and I'm very good at what I do. So I don't have time for people to pull no-shows. I don't have time for people that are not interested in learning how to raise their vibration to a higher frequency. I have no interest in working with anybody like that. So, and it's really funny. This is one of the things I catch. Like the first lady that did a no-show this week, I almost didn't take her. She called me last week. I almost told her no, but I thought, no, I'll just talk to her, and I'll do a reading for her and talk to her a little bit and try to help her out. But based on the conversation that I had with her, I knew right away that she really needed more psychiatric help than spiritual help. I'm not saying that to be mean, but in my years of experience and also my background in psychology, I could tell by the conversation. Like, she told me how beautiful she used to be, and that she went to a female dentist, and the dentist was very jealous of her, and so the dentist screwed up her teeth. And she's like, I'll never go to another female dentist. And I was like, okay, I think, and there were some other things that she said. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, I think this woman is beyond anything that I can do for her. But I'll talk to her and try to be kind to her, and, give her a little bit of insight. And, but then she told me that the last psychic that she set an appointment with, the psychic wasn't even, and she went to the appointment, and the psychic wasn't even there. And so, and then she told me that she called another psychic, and they told her it was $1,200 for a tarot reading. And now I understand why they told her that. So, but, I'm always willing to try to help whoever I can or talk to them. And so, but what's so funny is I not only have had, there's those people that right away, right off the bat, I can tell that they need maybe some psychiatric help before they even start working on the spiritual part. And it is real important, mind, body, spirit, that it all comes together. So if there's some psychiatric issues going on, mental stuff, then yeah, you got to get that taken care of first before you start working on the spiritual stuff. But what I've noticed is that these people who do no-shows, most of them that do no-shows, their excuse is always, without a doubt, there is always an excuse. They had a family emergency. Like, okay, I get that, But you know what? How fucking long does it take to take your telephone and text? Can't make it. I don't need to hear an excuse. I don't even care about an excuse. All I care about is if you're coming or not. you know? So just be accountable. Own your shit. If you don't, I mean, sometimes people, they don't want to come because, maybe they're having a bad day and they don't feel like getting out. I mean, I'm old, or I'm getting old. And there are days, I'm telling you, that I wake up and I'm like, oh fuck, I don't feel like going anywhere today. I'm just gonna stay in my jammies. I don't want to talk to anybody today. I don't want to see anybody. It's gonna veg out here. So I mean, I totally get that. That's fine. But don't pull a no-show. Be accountable. Own your shit. So I hope this helps anybody, because that's part of, that is like one of the first steps in self-love, self-respect, and integrity, is being accountable for your actions. Even in relationships, when people get out of relationships, they play the victim. And it's all about what that other person did to them. And believe me, I know what that's like, because I played the victim for a really, really long time. And I remember a long time ago, I was meditating, and I heard universe say to me, why are you still talking about all the things that your ex-husband did? Because I could have spent when I was first going through a divorce and separated from my husband, I could have spent weeks telling you all the things that he did to me. And I heard universe say, no, I will take care of your husband. That you need to focus on you and where your part was, what you need to fix within yourself. Let me take care of him. And that was pretty powerful. So, and it took a long time for me to really understand all of that. And then, of course, I got involved in another crazy relationship. I won't even go into it. But, and that was just something that I heard from universe, was like, no. You had a lot of red flags. You had warnings before you got involved with this person. So everything that he did to you, you cannot blame him. You cannot put it off on him. He will be dealt with. He has to find his own account, his own self-love, self-respect, and integrity. He will be dealt with. But look at the red flags. Even before you started talking to him, the red flags that you had, and you totally ignored them. So when we get into a situation, and we want to play the victim, don't. Own your shit. Own it. Remember what the red flags were. Look back on the relationship or the situation and see, what were the red flags? Because there were red flags. I promise you they were. And you were not open. You were totally ignoring them, because you thought it was a good thing. I had a situation not too long ago, and there were red flags. Oh my God, they were red flags. And I ignored them. And I ended up losing a lot of money. It was a situation where I was hell-bent on getting opening up a booth at an art gallery. And first of all, it was too fucking far for me to drive. They wanted me out there every week for 4 hours. I was not allowed to have my books there. My books on that I've written about spiritual stuff and tarot and all that. I was not allowed to read tarot there because they're totally against that. I mean, they had Christian stuff all over the place, Bibles and all kinds of Christian-oriented stuff. And So if that wasn't a red flag, then I don't know what was. But I was like, oh yeah, And then it took me forever to get a business license, which they told me I needed to get for Walterboro. I was like, oh my God. And so, I mean, the universe was putting stuff out in front of me to try to stop me, and I still went through with it. And you know what? It ended up it cost me a lot of money. I lost about $1,000 from it. So, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna shut this thing down. So, yeah, I mean, I do ignore red flags, but you know what? It's my own fault that I see, it's not the people that run the art gallery or own it. It's not their fault. I mean, they'll take anybody, just about, because they need, their booths rented out so they can pay their rent. But I saw the red flags indicating to me that it was not a good match for me. So if you're thinking about a relationship or business venture or whatever, and you're seeing red flags, you got to listen to them. It's like I could sit all day long and tell you why this particular art gallery isn't doing any business or why my stuff was not selling. I can tell you, but that's on them. That's their issue. My issue was I know why my stuff wasn't selling. I know the problems, and it wasn't them, it was me, because I ignored the red flags. I'll own it. I'll definitely own it. But anyway, I hope this helps. And you know what? If you've got an appointment with a professional, something, or even, going to have dinner or meeting with a friend and you don't feel like to call them, text them, whatever, let them know that you can't make it. Trust me, there have been doctor's appointments that I didn't feel like going to for one reason or another. And I would have to call, especially at MUSC, and I have to call, and you have to go through all these recordings and being transferred and everything. But you got to call and let them know that you're not going to make it. Because that way they can, maybe somebody's been waiting a really long time to get in to see that person, that doctor or whoever. And when they have a cancellation, you know what? They can get that person in rather than that person that's been waiting, having to wait another 2 months or whatever to get in. So have some consideration and be accountable. And when you do that, then people, not only are you showing yourself self-love, self-respect, and integrity, but you're giving it to other people as well. And when you do that, when you give that to other people, when it comes to business, people actually will trust you. They'll want to do business with you, and they'll trust you. So I hope this helps. This was a little bit of a rant. I get it. Just be patient with me, but it was all very truthful and insightful as well. So have a great week, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.